Hello friends, family, and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a high-level best of 3. And hey, what you thinking, Harstem? What the hell's going on over here? We have a spot over here on the top left, one on the bottom. Is this a 3-player map? And yes, it is. This is a 3-player map. We're playing here on Mothership, the only 3-player map in the current map pool. I know all of you love nothing more than 3 players. Okay? It reminds you perhaps of your home situation. No, you, your wife, and her boyfriend. And it's the same here. You know, you got Shin, Bian, and then a potential third here as well. Whoever that may be hasn't spawned in quite yet. What the hell is Bian doing? It's going to be a CC first to start things off with here on Mothership. CC first, barracks, double gas. Bian has been reading his book again, his book of absolute garbage. Every now and again, he picks out these little strategies, and then he'll absolutely lock into them. Like he just keeps playing them until they don't work, or he'll just keep playing them even if they don't work. He doesn't seem to care about the outcome sometimes, which is weird for someone that's a professional video gamer. But you know, that's Bian in a nutshell. There was this period, I want to say like 2.5 years ago, where legitimately every single game that he played in TVZ would open up with him just going for a 3 racks tank push off of 2 bases, and then he would add barracks 4 and 5. He would get an armory and he'd continue upgrading, but he'd stay on 2 base forever and just tank marine push. And it would go relatively well. I think he got to the round of 8 in the GSL even with it. He had some crazy games. I remember a game against Dongregu that he played, but this guy is legitimately one of the most stubborn people in the world. Like his spirit animal is a goat, and goats are very stubborn. At least that's what I've been told. Never had many long conversations with goats, but yeah, it's common knowledge. Goats are stubborn. What do we have over here? 1, 2, 3 queens. No speed quite yet. Shin. Okay, it's got a very late speed. Very late speed. So he's optimizing for economy over getting quicker speed. Fair play. He hasn't seen a Reaper. Probably knows this is going to be CC first. Meanwhile, oh, I know what this is going to be. I think this is going to be a... what should we call it? Like a 6 marine drop, 8 marine drop. 3 Hellions are gonna walk across the map as well. And this marine drop is just here to kill overlords. That's pretty much going to be the general goal. It's just to kill overlords. And he probably is gonna be capable of getting a couple down here at least. Because we have one over here, vulnerable. This one is vulnerable, but I don't think it's gonna get spotted. We have one a little bit further forward that potentially could get shot as well. More queens on the way. No third CC quite yet, by the way. More and more depots are being added in. Okay, now comes the third CC. SCV from the natural. Look at this. That's the opposite of efficiency. If you want your company to spend more money, get less results, you can hire Bian. You can teach you guys moves like sending an SCV from the natural into the main base to build a command center. Very cool. Alright, first overlord is gonna get shot. Hellions in the back. I wonder if he swaps. No, he's not even swapping. I would have thought he would go for a swap here, like a barracks onto a factory. Follow-up is going to be double eBay. 420 double eBays. I've seen a lot of build orders, but this is definitely... this is one of them. This is definitely one of the build orders of all time. Spore on the way. Not quite going to be done yet. 6 Marines will drop. Let's see what he can get done with this. He's targeting down at Queen. He's not going to get it. This guy's going to get punched in the face a couple of times. Hellions here also getting punched in the face, so... lots of receiving of punches, not a whole lot of dealing out these blows. Liberator now gets sent out as well. I don't think that Link spotted the eBay timing, which would be fairly unfortunate. Knowing that the upgrades are going to come fast would obviously be nice. It's not the end of the world, it's just information that you'd rather have than not have. Lair coming in, single Evo chamber. We have a Roach Warren out as well. So we might be going into like a single upgrade here. Carapace, couple of Roaches for defense, and then probably a quick infestation pit. This is one of these styles that we see Shin... play every now and again. Sorry. I thought I was gonna sneeze, so I muted myself, but then it just went away. I have the rare ability. Well, it's not rare, but... it's relatively unique, is that whenever I look into the sun or into a bright light, I can usually sneeze. You know, if there is a bullet in the chamber, or it's like you're almost ready to go, I can very consistently do it as well. Like a fat sneeze, and I really felt one coming here. It didn't come out. I think something like 10 or 15% of the world population has this ability. It's like a specific, you know, some genetic material. People that have that also lose 15 IQ, so it is a bit of a trade-off. Yes, you can sneeze whenever you want to by looking into the sun, but you're dumb as a brick. I'll take that trade any day of the week. Not sure if smarter people would take it, but then again, smarter people would not be capable of looking into the sun and sneezing, so you tell me what you want. Ooh, Hellions here are going to drive by. Nice Evo block. Blocks absolutely nothing. Roads are going to show up, kill this Hellion anyway. Double E-base here with the infantry armor, infantry weapons. Is going to finish up. Do we have the armory in already? Yes, there we go. Where are you, sir? Uh-oh. In the natural. So fast 2-2 upgrades. Now, one thing that does worry me a bit here is... Whoa. Is this supplies? I thought this was going to be quick infestation pit, but instead it's going to be, I think, a 1-1 roach timing attack. Now Cucaracha. Nidus network coming in as well. So it's actually Shin that is going to be the aggressor here. Bion has been trying to be aggressive, it just hasn't been working. Just hasn't been working. It's like when a 4-year-old tries to beat up like an 18-year-old, you know? It's like they try to punch and the 18-year-old is just laughing, aha, you're so weak. The 4-year-old thinks, just wait, 15 years, you're gonna be like 30. I'll beat you up when you don't remember it, old man. Classic fairy tale, of course. Alright, the base gets sniped. So, I think if Bion is smart, he would now add 5 bunkers. He just killed a fort base, he sees infinite roaches. He knows that, well, not infinite roaches, he sees enough roaches to know that this is most likely a serious roach build. Like, this is not gonna be a macro game. Like, it's not, and he knows it. Does he have a tank count? He has 1 tank. So technically there is a tank count. It's just not enough. Nidus goes down in the natural is... Oh, I thought he was going to bait it out here for a second. Tank is going to siege up. I actually think that Bion could potentially give up this base temporarily. He's nothing in position here anyway. We have this as like a counterattack possibility. He's not going to use it as a counterattack. Don't forget that these Marines have the 1-1 upgrades, and honestly this Roach army doesn't look that scary. Alright, this went way better than I thought it would. Like even without the tanks like around, this went really well. Uh-oh. Knight is now going up in the main base. There's a lot of freaking roaches in there, by the way. Not gonna work though. It's, all these roaches are now deciding to just walk across the map. Neil Nidus network coming into the main. Or sorry, Nidus worm into the main. All tanks still in the natural. Massive roach force now hitting over here on the third. 2-2 is about to finish up. Bion probably just needs to give up this third base. It's such a weird defense. We still have these Marines over here as well. Trying to go for some type of base trade. Here comes the Nidus worm. It's going to block this with creep. Maybe we can get a couple of queens out to start pumping some tumors into his face. Here goes Shin. Is not going to be capable of pushing into 3 tanks. Even if one of those isn't quite sieged up yet. Don't forget, 2-2 upgrades are done already. Armor starts for Bion first. I don't know why that is. It's a mistake. There you go. Gets cancelled. Start +3 attack. +2 carapace also starts here for the Zerg player. Now we get a big stim. And we get a big move back. 2-2 upgrades for Shin. I'm expecting an infestation pit. The moment that Bion maxes out, I'm not saying that his army is going to be unbeatable, but it's going to be extremely strong. Like, actually extremely strong. He's going to have a freaking banging army over here. Infestation pit is... what is that? Like 50% done. So the push has been stopped. But the third base is incapable of mining. Where is that third base? Okay, it's back in the main. Lots of mules are available. Upgrades are going to be better here for Bion. And Bion's also going to be maxing out. And now we get a really weird period for Shin, in which his army will not improve for like the next... what can I say? Like 2.5 minutes or so? He cannot add banelings into this composition. Currently, he doesn't have a baneling nest. He would need centrifugal hooks first as well. He cannot add lurkers yet. He can't add vipers. The only thing he could do is add a couple of infestors. That could probably add some... Not really a lot of damage, but at least you're now capable of maybe hitting a lucky fungal, catching a bunch of marines out of position. That is the only thing I could see him do to increase the quality of this force. For now, he's just adding more and more Ravagers. The Ravagers are a stalling unit. This unit might help stopping a push, or at least stopping a push from setting up where they want to set up. You can see a lot of Bowls are raining down. A couple of Bowls are going to hit this tank as well. One tank goes down. That's a good start of things. As 2 more Ravagers are being morphed. I'd love to see a Ravager flank here coming in from the side. Sniping these tanks is absolutely essential. Beyond is really relying on those Ling Run by coming in. Don't forget, these are just 0-1 links, so not great links, but good enough apparently to kill 22 workers. That's going to make this push a bit more all-in than Beyond probably would have wanted to. I still don't really see a way for our good friend Shin to win this though. Yeah, this looks absolutely terrible for him. Pure Marine Marauder is going to be stimming in through, clearing every single one of these Ravagers. Now look at that. Here on Mothership, we have our good friend Shin is just falling and falling and falling. Supplies are even, but don't forget this is pure, actually it's Roach Ling with worse upgrades versus a Marine Marauder army. So this is still looking extremely dire. If the Vipers come out, it's still looking very dire. I don't actually know where we should be trying to go right now. It's so hard to say like what the correct play is. We have what, 5 barracks? Plus 1 melee coming in as well. No carapace though. So for the next like 2 minutes, there's still going to be a serious upgrade advantage here for Beyond. Like I'm having such a hard time seeing Shin do anything useful here. I love this move. This is a good run by. Here, right into these SCVs. Couple more SCVs might end up falling here. Beyond really not responding whatsoever. Now starts going in with the Marines. Loses 7, 8 SCVs already. 9 SCVs go down. Still has 47. Needs to be a little bit careful. We do have some blinding clouds. And we also have the ability to parasitic bomb. I cannot believe that Shin is still alive here. That's so crazy to me, okay? Good parasitic bomb there. Kills 2 medevacs with a single parasitic. That is definitely a good payoff. Drilling claws being built behind this. Fourth base though. No, sorry, that's the main base that's flying over, not a fourth. Main base turns into the fourth. Ling Run by is going to hit this third base once more. So we now have 2 tanks going back. Beyond seemingly wanting to go into a longer macro game, which is really surprising to me. Because the main advantage he has right now is the upgrade lead and the army quality lead as well. He doesn't necessarily have better eco. He has fine enough eco. But I feel like we could be pushing this issue a little bit harder. Like, look at the army that we have here right now. We have, what, like, freaking 20 or so Ravagers, a couple of Roaches, 2 Vipers. But that's it. And all of these are still worse upgraded as well. It's just one of these things that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, 42 links? What is this? 5? Okay, more Ravagers being morphed. Now we're going to get a Baneling Nest. I'd love to see an Ultra Cavern here as well. Because we do have a lot of Marines, not a lot of Marauders. Tanks are going to be set up here defensively. As this army continues moving out. 63 workers to 54. Double drops heading out north. And we have a couple more barracks coming in. Legitimately just a couple. So it's going to go up to 7 wrecks here. Single factory. Beyond is trying to kind of control the pace of this game by running around with small groups of units. Control the pace of expanding of his opponent at least. Oh, here comes a Marine flank. Not very common to see that. These Lings are going to die as well. Don't forget, these Lings don't even have adrenal glands right now. These Lings are freaking pathetic. As we're going to get a drop in here. He's going to snipe the +3 attack, but double parasitic bomb is going to make short work of these medevacs, I think. At the same time, Beyond just says, you know what, if I'm going to lose these units, might as well kill a couple of your Ravagers. And he's doing just that. At the same time, push through the middle. It's going to be extremely successful as well, as I think that Shin slowly but surely is being pushed out of this game. He's still hanging in there, but by a threat. No fourth base for Beyond, but he does have the cash right now. 1,400 minerals in the bank. Could throw down a couple of command centers. I think it's actually the correct call, because the natural's about to run out. And I think from here on out, whenever you want to expand, you probably want to do that with a planetary, or you're going to just be spread out too thin. Now, important to note is that the ultras are coming in, the first 3 already. I think the rule generally is you want 3 to 4 marauders per ultralisk. So, yeah, against 4 ultras, if you get 12, I'm okay with 12. 12 marauders, if you have those out, you're probably going to be fine, especially if you have, look at that, 13 mines. You have a couple of tanks as backup as well. It's going to be just fine. I don't think there's going to be much of an issue. The bailing count could become an issue if we're fighting fully on creep, but off creep I don't really see this as a problem here at all for Beyond. One thing that I do worry about is his medevac count, and specifically the health of these medevacs. 2 of them here very weak, these 2 extraordinarily weak as well. That's a triple Ravager run by here. Oh, I thought he was going to get the tank with just the bile and then piss off, but he's actually going to lose 3 Ravagers here too. Chitinous plating not quite on. This is a terrible fight to take right now here for Shin. As these ultras are just going to get absolutely wiped out. You need to wait for the chitinous plating. A huge blunder there out of him. Had the +3 carapace, but no plating. Loses all of his ultras before that finishes up. I just don't understand that at all. He could have just held the ramp a little bit longer like he's trying to do right now. He's still doing an okay job fighting, given that he just lost all of his ultras for free. And now we're going to get the GG. Beyond's going to win game number 1 here on Mothership. Legitimately very good first game here. And you can see how these fast double eBays in the early game really played a major role in the entirety of the game. Against the 1-1 Roach push, we had 2-2. When we were pushing afterwards, Beyond had the 3-3 already. And then in the end, he kind of managed to leverage that advantage in a kind of mid-game-ish win. It's hard to say really what it was. I'm going to go for CC first again. That does not surprise me, maybe. It does surprise me, actually, because he usually only plays it on 3-player or 4-player maps. I've seen him do it a bunch in 2v2 as well. And on longer maps, I think Taito Citadel, I've seen him do it, where it's difficult to get damage with the early game Reaper and to get done what you want. We often see Terrans, they kind of do default to that command center first. Let's take a look at what Shin is up to. Just looks fairly standard here from his side. Scouting very hard with an Overlord. This is one of the things that I think is kind of underrated, is that Beyond is a player that has proxy rexed in the past. Like, he is someone that could in game 2 decide to build 3 barracks over here and just kill you with SEV Marine. And I think that's such a good skill to have. Or just such a good reputation to have. You can see that Shin is afraid. Like, he's scouting with his Overlord, making sure, hey, nothing weird is going on, right? I mean, he doesn't see everything. Certain players are so commonly known to proxy racks that the first 2 Overlords, their entire early game business is not checking the other side of the map, but it's actually just checking their own side of the map to make sure that they're not being proxy racks. And I mean, still a single Overlord doing that. A little bit of respect here out of Shin. To be on. It's going to be Marine into Factory. 4 links coming out. These links will need to make their way across the map, of course, because they have nothing going on down here. And Shin has now seen, I think, this... yeah, there we go. That command center has been spotted. It's going to be Factory double Marine. The reason why you get this double Marine is not because, you know, it's so nice to have 2 Marines before the reactor. It's like, oh, we can run across the map. No, it's actually necessary for safety. If you just build a single Marine, something like a standard 4-link move out could just kill you. With 2 Marines, something like a 4-link standard move out probably could still kill you, but it's going to be a little bit harder. You can micro against it at least, and we see Shin not really wanting to engage into this. Or maybe he will? Nah, no way. Yeah, you're just not going to catch it. Yeah, some nice micro. Like, this might work if you're playing against silver players, but Beyond is not a silver player. It's actually very high in the Grandmaster League. Okay, Starport coming out. I guess a similar, pretty much the exact same build. So last game it was a 6 Marine drop with 3 Hellions going towards the left, followed up by a Liberator. That was actually just the build. And then we had these really fast double eBays. I'm curious if that's what we're going to see here again. Like the double eBay before Barracks 2 and 3. Because I think that was the biggest kind of revelation in that build order as well. Where it's like, oh, that's kind of odd. We don't see that every day. Actually, we don't see a build like this in general every day. Usually, we're way more Hellion kind of focused. Focused on making these Hellions, you know, put out some damage. So, 3rd CC should come first. And then the double eBay. Yeah, it's exactly the same build. So, Beyond just seem to be very fond of this right now. Interesting. Gotta get that 3rd CC. Let's see what the Marines can achieve. We're gonna get the snipe on 1 Overlord already. The medevac is gonna come out here. 3 Hellions. Ooh, this time the defense is going to be Well, once again with an eventual Roach Warren, I guess. The medevac shows up. Let's see what we can clear here. Yep, double eBay. We are doing this once more. Last game it was 420. I remember it because I thought that was funny. Now it's going to be 412. So 8 seconds faster on the eBay timing. I don't know why that is. Beyond maybe microless workers a little bit better. Less of an annoying early game. Medevac is... This is almost like building a Viking. I actually wonder why he doesn't just build a Viking. Because he doesn't really seem to be very keen on dealing damage with this. I guess there is a bit of an added extra threat with these Marines where you can maybe snipe a creep tumor or... I don't know. Like maybe kill something else. There we go. One tumor is going to get taken out. Second tumor almost gets taken out. Gets taken out. Nice. Good damage. Hellions now making the way towards the left. I think Shin saw that. He's mentally in position here. You see that? He knows what's coming for him. No Liberator follow-up this time, by the way. We already have spores ready. Built 2 spores total. 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. Double Evos coming down at a similar timing as roaches make their way across the map. This is very opportunistic in my mind. If you get a depot or 2, that would be a big deal. Do we have a tank yet? No tank is out. If this was a legitimate Roach Ling all in, by the way, I think Beyond just dies. Like, what does he have? He has 12 Marines in a medevac, 6 minutes into the game. This is extraordinarily unsafe. They're just extraordinarily unsafe. Crazy that he's allowed to get away with that, but whatever. Armory should come in soon as well to continue these fast upgrades once more. This is such an unsafe build, holy crap. This was a 7 Roach attack with no follow-up whatsoever. And Beyond didn't feel comfortable enough to attack into it. He had to lose a depot there. If this was like freaking 12 Roach with 40 Lings, 6 Ravagers, this game would already be over right now. So this does not feel safe. This isn't safe. On the other side, we have Shin going for a much faster infestation pit this time. Still sticking with the 1-1 Roach initially at least. Ooh. Actually getting some target fire. Look at that 1-1 Marines, man. On an absolute tear over here through the Zerg forces. It's a combat shield now on the way. Hop. That Ravager is going to get sniped. And we're going to get our pickup. Second factory in the third base. We have double barracks in the natural as well. So we're going up to 5 racks to factory. I'm kind of hoping to see a 4th CC here somewhere soon. Because we can't expect our opponent to always attack into us. From the Terran perspective, of course. Three tanks. This is going to have one hell of a 2-2 timing, by the way. Actually, one hell of a 2-2 timing. It's crazy. It's going to have 170, 180 supply or so. And it's just going to have a good enough army. I think he might even hit before key units are out. Nah, I think he'll hit post-Viper, won't he? Because this is what? Like a minute? A bit longer than a minute. Minute and 16 seconds. So Vipers will need to be built. Then Vipers will come out. Then they need to gather energy. I mean, the Vipers need to start building really soon. He's going to go for Ultra first. I think Shin might be underestimating the 2-2 timing push that could come in. I think it's going to come in, and I don't quite see how he's going to hold it without taking major damage. He's going to have an army consisting of Banelings without speed, Ultras without chitinous, and Roach Ravager Ling. So pretty much the exact same position that we found ourselves in the previous game. I think Shin is just completely thrown off by the upgrade timings. Like he's playing around upgrades that are finishing 30, 40 seconds later, and it's not helping him. Tanks are not being sent out. That might just be honestly the saving grace here for Shin. Like if Beyond seriously would have committed into this, I actually think that Shin just dies again. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. No chitinous, no banelings. How the hell are you going to kill all these Marines? You have to get, like, the craziest fungal if you want to get anything done here. Ooh, a lot of these guys are going to go down. Mines are spreading out as well. Get a stim towards the right side. Actually going to kill a couple more links here. Chitinous plating still so far away, though. What is that, like 40 seconds? 50 seconds? These tanks being at home right now is... Oh my god. Shin, you lucky man. Okay, we're gonna get an attack on the right side as well. Beyond wants to play this out like a proper game, as he has a fort base behind this. He says, hey, we're actually gonna play a macro game here. Not sure if you're aware of it, but that's what we're gonna be doing. Attacking at 3 spots at the same time. You just can't fight this with roaches. You just need the baneling. Like, the attack, the output is too high if the carapace upgrades don't match the infantry weapons. So fungals are going to connect here, are going to clear quite a bit. At the same time, we have this attack coming in further forward. Creep is being cleared at a very high pace. The real damage, though, is not being dealt. I thought this was going to be slightly more successful. And now we need to see Beyond actually transition into something else. He's also failing at upgrading once more. Armor before infantry weapons. A huge blunder here, with Carapace now finally catching up and getting a head start over the +3 infantry weapons. This is exactly what you don't want in life. These Marines once again redropping. Let's see what they can do over here. Chitinous has finished up, so Ultras are going to clear them. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Spores in the main base. Don't think there's any safe spot really to unload. Would love to see Anabolic Synthesis as well. We already have the Chitinous. And this might be considered interesting, by the way. Is that we don't have a Ghost Academy, but we're adding 2 starports. I'm expecting a fusion core as well, and ship weapons. Okay, we're getting ship weapons, no fusion core quite yet, but I'm expecting it to go down here at some point in the near future. Command centers being added in. Spire as well on the way out for Shin. This is slowly starting to turn into an actual late game. Banelings being sniped. Scan to make sure that there's no burrowed infestor or burrowed banelings. As Beyond runs back in. I mean, you're allowed to make this type of play, but if this is successful, I'll be surprised. Call me the Pope. Oh, Baneling's actually going to connect there. Yeah, not the greatest attack. No turrets in the main. Burrow isn't done yet. If Burrow was done and you do something like this, I say, hey, you know what? It's pretty sweet, but like this, I don't think so. Tanks are still over here as well, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can drop on top of the tanks? A couple of SCVs actually are falling here. Extractor takes a beating as well. Oh my god. That Extractor got completely destroyed. A huge deal here. Because now he's only going to have 9 Extractors remaining. Big plays out of Beyond. Shin immediately rebuilds it. Understands what just went down. He's like, oh my god, not my Extractor. This is the worst. Okay, hatchery's being targeted down at the 12 o'clock. Lots of cash in the bank here for Shin. We have a crap ton of orbitals coming in as well. We are 6 out already. 2 more command centers on the way. We have 2 more command centers already done. That could theoretically turn into anything. Very flexible like that. Six Liberators coming out as well. And we have this setup on the left side. I am struggling to see here. Struggling to see why Beyond is at such a high worker count. But maybe I'm the idiot. And he has crazy income and an insane amount of mules that he can throw down. Can actually lose an orbital here if he's not careful. Bravado count is fantastic. Matter of fact count is only at 6 though. This fight eventually is going to go the way of Beyond, I can only imagine. The retreat's going to be painful. A couple of changelings coming down from the sky. I think a CC went down as well. Fusion core on the way. 5th base. No Ghost Academy. Do we have a knight as well? No knight is network. Why is he not building Ghost? It's very weird. I don't think weird is necessarily bad, you know? I think we all had these kids, like in high school, that would like make their own clothes. And back then you'd be like, oh, that's a bit weird. And now I think back of it, like, that's pretty cool. We also had those kids in high school that instead of taking lunch would just eat the boogers from their nose. I think that's the bad type of weird. I think not having a Ghost Academy in TVZ is more the booger eating weird, if I'm being real honest. I just don't really understand it. It's such a complete unit. I always feel like people that want to skip the Ghost are just too lazy to use them. Like it's a skill issue, you know? Like, oh, I don't understand how it works, I'll just don't use them. I'll keep it simple for myself. And by keeping it simple, you make it hard because you're not using probably the greatest unit that the Terran army has. I mean, he's gonna go Viking Liberator. I have no clue what this is. Still also only 1 ship weapon. It's not even like he's getting like insane air upgrade. The craziest air weapons rush. It's like, no. It's like +1 16 minutes in. I've seen the AI easy get a faster +2 ship weapons than this. So, am I impressed right now by how this is going? I'm honestly impressed by how well the fights are that Beyond is taking, but I'm not impressed by his army. Vikings in the sky, turrets as a backup, as the Corruptors are just going to be pushing through over here. Turrets need to be taken out, as this base is going to survive for now. Liberator's going to get targeted down after all by those Corruptors. I mean, I'd love to see really any type of transition into Ghost. You don't even need like 12 Ghosts, just get like 5. Like the snipes when the Zerg is retreating are such a sweet sight. It's so nice. Not having that in your arsenal is a mistake. I can't imagine a good reason for this. Except that maybe your control groups don't work. I guess that's going Viking Lib. It's like a weird air mech composition. Okay, get a lift on the command center. CCs are tanking some damage. For now, Beyond once again is surviving. Like I'm not saying that the fights he's taking are necessarily bad. Resources lost is looking very good for him, but this is not a great fight though. Yeah, Ultras are actually getting really freaking close right now. Corruptor's still busy trying to beat some of these command centers. Not having any infestors in this fort, by the way, as Shin is also crazy. Like, I think both players, they're playing without casters pretty much, no? Just a single infestor has gone down so far in this game. No Ghost. No Vipers. Only Overseers. It's not really a caster, although I guess we'll have to count it as one. Ultras being pulled towards the right side here as well. It's, this base being mined. This is the correct play, obviously. Taking both the the edge bases is usually what you want to be doing as a Zerg. We'll see the middle base being taken. I wouldn't mind having this one as well. Take the rich Vespine geyser if you can. Beyond here is playing a low eco style with high economy. Now that doesn't make any sense. But what I mean is he's low, I guess it's low worker, high eco. The high eco comes from his 7 orbital commands with infinite energy. So the workers don't actually provide his income. It's all mules. And I love this style of play. Ling Rumbai comes in, or almost comes in. Single Marauder behind the wall is going to have to try and hold that off. His base gets targeted down as well. Corruptors in the sky, +1 upgrades. Ship weapon still only at level 1. Now we get a Ghost Academy finally. I think it's fairly late already, as these depots are going to get lower. They're going to get a couple of scans to deal with the burrowed links. Mine count is at 12, which is fairly decent. I think one issue that Shin is going to face right now is just that if the quality of Beyond's army goes up and his supply, his worker supply remains this low, these fights are not going to ever go the way of Shin. That's just the reality of things, right? It's just not possible. Terran army just trades better. Already it's been trading significantly better. Look at that, 24k to 37, despite 0 ghost here. I still once again want to point out that no Infestor or Viper is also kind of a crazy move to go for. Corruptor Ultra Lingbane is good, but you need something to keep this army in place while you're pounding it pretty much. You can't pound it if this army is running away. That's the problem. Okay, Baners are going to get this base at least. So that's a dead planetary. This could have been a big deal if Shin had 5k in the bank and Beyond didn't have 7 more command centers to fly over. It's still nice, like taking out a base, taking out a significant portion of mining. But this is usually the type of stuff that a Zerg player will try to go for if they have a massive bank themselves. Right now they have a minor eco lead, and only because Beyond hasn't decided to mule yet. Yeah, there we go. Hey, this is completely busted, obviously. Hey, look at the mineral income here. Is there a button for that? Like a little graph that we can... I swear there's one. I just don't know where it is. You can just look over here at the top left. Like 3.8k, might even touch 4k at some point. And this is only with 12 mules. Like we know there's more. Look at that. You have like 3 more in here. Actually, there's not that many more. We have like 3 more, that's it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so this is a serious amount of the energy bank that's being used right now. So to get this boost in income, you have 1 more orbital on the way. It's gonna go up to 9. Ghost count up to 11, pretty much instantly. Now we got Infestors coming in. And Vipers as well. Shin is like, oh, you're building casters, I'm building casters. Not sure if Shin is aware of the fact that he can build better units even if his opponent isn't building better units. I guess Shin just likes to play it fair. Hates technological advancements. 3 more Medavacs on the way with Caduceus. I think usually 6 to 8 is enough for an army this size. So you're going to have enough energy. And I think, yeah, he does have Caduceus reactors. So that increases the energy regeneration of these Medavacs. This is going to move in. I think he can just kite forever. Once again, the issue of just having nothing to keep this army in place is not going away. A single Infestor as the only tool to keep this army in one spot is crazy. I do like this kind of pivot from the top side towards the bottom, and I think that's what Shin needs to do. He needs to mine from the top, mine from the bottom, and then wherever the Terran goes, you pull away the drones and you attack the other side as well. You pretty much just ignore whatever the Terran does. If you can take out 2 bases at the same time, fantastic. Beyond's gonna send over a small army. This is not big enough to deal with this threat. I don't think so. It's just 4 ghosts, couple of marauders. Planetary is helping out though. Banelings decide to ignore the planetary, which is interesting. Ultras are going to finish it up. Mines are going to get some big connections. And the Corruptors start working on these orbitals. This is nice. And this would be fantastic once again if there was a 20k bank behind this, or a 5k bank. There just isn't. So both players here end up losing a base. But we still have 8 orbitals. You have 2 new CCs on the way as well. You have one that's just being built forward here. It's going to turn into a planetary onto this thing. I think realistically, Shin is never going to mine from this base. Realistically, Shin is never going to mine here. Realistically, this also isn't very secure. So we're in a situation right now where I think the Terran is eventually going to outmine the Zerg. We're in a situation where the Terran has traded better up until this point than the Zerg. So that means that the Zerg really only has one option, and that's create a better army than the Terran. But there's no bank for that. There's no upgrades for that. We can't transition into Brood Lords with +2 attack, 0 carapace upgrades. Well, you can. It's just going to be tough. I think the only solution here is Brood Lord Infestor. But in order to create that army, you're going to need to pull another 5k out of your high hat. And I'm not sure how good a magician Shin actually is. Like, he's making a lot of his own units disappear, but not sure how good a magic trick that is if you're trying to win this game. Is there a Burrowed Infestor here? Yeah, there is. Oh, that's in range as well. Look at that. Beyond sees it. I was like, man, turret range isn't what it used to be. Oh, there we go. It's gonna get blasted. No, it's not. Infestor is visible with detection. Just not in vision range of anything right now. I mean, once this base dies, like, there's just no mining left for Shin. He's going to have 4 patches here. He's going to have no patches here that are mining. It's just going to be these 4 patches. For now, though, still has 12. He's going to push in as well. Liberators being taken out. close not being blasted though. Resource lost 55 to 37. This feels like a win. Like in the moment, like, oh, we're forcing a lift off. You might even get the kill on the orbital. Like, big woohoo, buddy. Hope you're happy with yourself. Oh, mine is gonna get another shot. No, it won't. 2 more mines up here. Could get taken out, and you clear an orbital, but you lose all your own mining pretty much. You lose so much of your supply, and you just don't have the resources to rebuild it. Once again, 8 mules are active. Mineral spikes to what, 3.2, 3.4k at some point. Like, there's just nothing you can do. There's just nothing you can do except get a better army. And like I said, there's no cash for that. So Shin is kind of in this situation right now where he's stuck on this garbage. He knows he's being outmined. And he knows he's been out-traded so far. I don't even know what you're supposed to do. I think you have to go for some desperation attempt. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna run up this ramp. GG gets called as Beyond's gonna win this series with a 2-0 score. Well executed by him. That's going to be it for me today. Hope you did enjoy the series. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. See you all next time, man.